In the days when the tribe of Israel was still young and scattered across the hills of Canaan, there lived a woman named Tamar. Her life would quietly unfold in the shadows of a powerful family, yet her courage would one day shape the future of a nation. Tamar became the wife of the firstborn son of Judah, who was one of Jacob's 12 sons. Her marriage should have brought stability and blessing, but was a wicked man, living in a way that dishonored God. His life ended suddenly, leaving Tamar a widow before she had even begun her life with him. In their culture, a widow without children was left vulnerable and unprotected, so Judah asked his second son, Onan, to take Tamar as his wife and raise up children on behalf of his brother. But Onan had no intention of giving Tamar the child she needed. Though he went through the motions, he deliberately prevented her from conceiving. His selfishness and deceit were seen by God, and he too died, leaving Tamar widowed a second time. Now Judah had one son left, Shelah, still young and not yet ready for marriage. Judah told Tamar to return to her father's house and live as a widow until Shelah grew older. But in truth, Judah feared that if Tamar married yet another one of his sons, he too would die. In his fear, he made a promise that he did not intend to keep. Tamar went back to her father's home, waiting year after year for Judah to send for her, watching from a distance as Shelah grew into a man. But no messenger ever came. Judah had forgotten her, or perhaps simply chosen not to remember. Time passed, and eventually Judah's own wife died. After his period of mourning, he traveled with his friend Hira to the town of Timnah to shear his sheep. When Tamar heard that Judah was on his way there, something stirred in her heart. She understood now, without any doubt, that Judah would never give her to Shelah. Her future, her security, her right to continue the family line, all had been denied to her. But Tamar was not a woman who surrendered easily. She quietly removed her widow's clothing and dressed herself in a veil that concealed her identity. Then she went and sat by the entrance to Enaim, a place along the road where she knew Judah would pass. When Judah arrived, he saw a veiled woman sitting by the roadside. He did not recognize her as Tamar, his daughter-in-law. Instead, he assumed she was a prostitute. Approaching her, he asked to be with her, and Tamar agreed. But she asked for a pledge, something to hold until he could send payment later. Judah offered whatever she asked, not realizing the significance of the moment. Tamar requested his seal, the cord that held it, and his staff. These were not ordinary items, they were personal symbols of identity and authority. Judah handed them to her, and Tamar conceived a child by him. When she returned home, she put on her widow's garments once again, her secret safely kept. Some time later, Judah sent a young goat as payment, but the veiled woman had vanished. No one at Enaim had seen or heard anything about her. Embarrassed and unwilling to draw more attention to the matter, Judah simply gave up the search. Months passed, and soon it became obvious that Tamar was pregnant. When news reached Judah, he reacted with outrage. He believed Tamar had been unfaithful to the household and demanded that she be punished. Tamar did not defend herself with words. Instead, she sent a quiet message to Judah, "I am pregnant by the man to whom these belong." Along with this message, she sent the seal, the cord, and the staff. Judah's world stopped. He recognized them instantly. In that moment, every hidden truth rose to the surface. He realized it was he himself who had treated her unjustly, he who had withheld his promise, he who had judged her without understanding. Overcome with the weight of his own failure, Judah declared aloud, "She is more righteous than I." And from that day, he never touched her again. In time, Tamar gave birth to twin sons. During the birth, one child briefly extended his hand, and the midwife tied a red thread around his wrist to mark him as the firstborn. But he drew his hand back, and his brother pushed ahead of him, surprising everyone. The firstborn was named Perez, and the second was named Zerah. These two sons, born from a tangled and painful story, would carry forward a legacy far greater than anyone could have imagined. Perez, the child who unexpectedly came first, became the ancestor of King David, and many generations later, of Jesus Christ himself.